The great thing, what I love about belief and just accepting belief is that you can always update it. Now, I'm gonna tell you a little bit backstory about myself. My name is Stephen Legacy. I was born in Philadelphia. I went to Roxborough High School, graduated in '02, and I went to Cheyney University. I graduated in '07. At that time in school, what I thought was that school was probably a little bit boring. The reason why, because I had a lot of aspirations to do more things in life, and sometimes the different subjects we was taught at school, I did not comprehend. But I realized after school was over and done with, after I graduated from college, that all that stuff that we learned throughout that process was preparing us for the future. And you don't think about it when inside the moment. You always think about, hey, let's go to lunch. So let's have fun with our friends. Let's play, chase the girls. A lot of different things we always tried to do to eliminate the time frame of us understanding what we needed to do to get to the next level. And I realized after graduating from college that I knew that if I wanted to be successful in life, I had to do some things differently. I wanted to do some things outside the box. But the biggest thing, and I know you heard a lot of speakers today, the biggest thing outside of being motivated was that you have to have that inner belief. And a lot of times we don't have that self-belief that will help catapult us to the next level. And the reason why is because of the beliefs that we had adopted from home, from school, and from our peers. So tell you the truth, throughout your whole life, you have been adopting beliefs from other people and other sources and other environments, but we did not learn how to adopt self-belief within ourselves. And that's why a lot of us do not reach our full potential, because mentally we don't think we can do it. Why? Because we did not program ourselves saying that we can do it. We program ourselves in fear, doubt, and disbelief. I say with belief you have confidence, but without belief you have fear. And a lot of us throughout life, we have been living in fear. And that's why we haven't been getting the results that we're after. And I came up with that conclusion when I knew that the results that I was getting in life was not meeting to my expectations. And the reason why was because the fact is I did not believe in myself or what I know I could actually do. And that's the challenge that I want to empower y'all today, because no matter what grade you're in, just know that once you really start to believe in yourself that you can make it happen, then it will begin to happen. Now, to think about it, today we talked about hard work. And I'm a person of like the how-tos. You can tell me, okay, it takes hard work to get this result. It takes hard work to do this thing. Okay, cool. But please tell me the steps. And a lot of times we don't have the steps to put ourselves in a position of really understanding what is hard work. Well, I broke down hard work in 7 different steps. Very simple, very easy. 7 steps to achieve any goal. And I say any. So a lot of times some things are critiqued to one type of thing, but say you in school right now. I think in the beginning of the school year, you should already decrease day by day. Why? Tests, quizzes, reports, projects. That decreases your actual grade. So what if you already mapped out in your mind the grades that you want? And then after you got your syllabus, now the great thing about a syllabus is that it tells you everything that that class is going to cover. And if you apply yourself into understanding what you need to do when it comes down to getting that grade at A, by doing everything that's on the syllabus, then you already know that the thing that you envision in your mind can actually come true. See, most people, they have wishes and they be like, well, I wish I have an A, but they don't apply the steps. Yeah, it takes hard work, but what are the steps? So here's the 7 steps to achieve any goal. I don't know if you ever heard this before, but a great guy by the name of Zig Ziglar, he broke it down to me in one of his he had like a actual talk talking about goals. And the first step is list down what you want. See, it's very simple, right? You got to list down. See, most people, they say what they want, but they never write it out. See, the writing out part of listing what you want is very effective. Why? Because it starts to rebuild a repetitive state in your mind. You write it down, you look at it, you read it every day. What you want? What do you want? Everybody know exactly what they don't want. But few people, they do not know what they actually want. They never, who asked that question? We always talk to our friends about, oh, I hate this and I hate that. I wish we had it. No, no, no. Put out there into that universe, what do you want? Now, the second thing that you want to write down is, why do you want it? Most people, they want things, but they don't know why they want it. And that's why the results don't ever come that way, because they don't know why. Very simple, but yet is effective. List why you want. Now, the third thing, which most people don't want to cover, they don't want to list the obstacles. And I think that's very important. List the obstacles. List the adversity that you want to come across. Because no matter what you do, living in life, living in this world, you're going to have adversity. And you got to list those obstacles. You got to list those different things that's going to probably come your way, so that it can be a reminder, so that you know that you're on the right track. Put them in the forefront. Most people, they like to go and chase after their goals and not list obstacles. And then the first adversity comes to them, they want to quit. But if you list it down ahead of time, you already have a prerequisite saying, I knew this was going to occur, and this is what I'm going to do. The fourth thing, identify the people and places and the things that you need to know about what you want to do. And you can apply this to anything. You can apply it to your grades. Who do I need to talk to? What teacher? What books I need to read? What friends I got to make? Who are the people I need to talk to compete with? And that's the thing that you want to make sure that you really, narrow down on that, to know exactly who you're going to attack to get your answers, so that you get closer to your goal. Now, after you identify the people, the places, things, you got to list what you need to know. Hard work requires information. So if you don't have the right information, how can you really apply the hard work? See, the thing what I love about it, and this is the example I always give. See, when you're at a cell phone place, say T-Mobile, for example, right? And you see all the sample phones, they're all on, right? All the phones are on, but they're not activated. That's crucial. The question is, are you on or are you activated? See, when you're on the on feature, you have some vital signs of life, but until you get activated, you will not see any changes in your life, because the fact is that activation really pumps up and drives that belief. And that's why I wrote the book, Act and Grow Belief, because I believe, thinking is real good. It's perfect when it comes to the right type of thinking, because you don't want to be thinking negative. But action is very powerful, because action creates a new state in your mind, a new state of how you actually deliver yourself. And then when that state is created, the belief begins to grow. So that's why I came with the title, Act and Grow Belief. As you act, you begin to grow to believe. Okay, so after you identify what you need to know, you got to develop a plan of action. You cannot go in this journey in school or in life without a plan of action. You got to have, when an architect, a person that wants to get something built, they have to huddle first. The first thing they do before they even huddle about the actual building being built, you got to see the land. So once you see the land, you can start to envision in your mind how you want that building to be. Now, the great thing about the person that has the interest of something that they really want, they got to really tell their idea to the architect, design exactly what I want. And they always say, well, when do you start building? You start building when it's finished. Now, you could go to a spot of land right now and you see there's no building there, but the person that has the idea about the thought process of the building, it's already built even before the first shovel goes in the ground. Why? Because he built it in his mind. He communicated to the architect. The architect designed the actual plans, and it's time to get to work. So a plan of action is very, very important to really getting towards your goal. The most important thing, the seventh step, is marking the date. If you don't mark the date, it will never come true. Most people, they don't mark that date. Most people don't have a date when they want to complete it. If you don't have a date when you want to complete something, it can always be a continuous thing. When I invented the Wandering, and the Wandering is a mobile photo booth, I knew from the start, I wanted to create something that was solving a problem. See, in life, you're going to learn that most of the people become successful when they find out the solutions to the problems. The more solutions that you have to the different problems that are out in the world, the more chances of you being successful and getting everything that you want. So I was solving a problem with my Wandering device. The problem was this. Everybody liked photo booths, right? Everybody liked going to the party, take pictures with their friend. Cool. But what I hated was the long lines. You're on a dance floor, Everybody getting a party on, you try to get your friends and you try to get them to huddle for a picture. You can't even get them. Everybody's out. So I wanted to create a device that instead of being stationary, we can make it mobile. Don't let them stop dancing or getting their food. Bring it over to them. Bring the experience over to them. Now, the crazy thing about it, inventing the Wonder Ring was this. I never invented anything before. I don't know inventor. Where do I start? I had to list those 7 steps. Each step that is, list what I want. I want to create a device that will be suitable for events that will not stop them from having fun and keeping them mobile. I list why I was doing it. Reason why? Because I'm tired of being in line. I want to be interacting with people. I'm tired. I listed different things that I needed to learn, which that was kind of difficult. The obstacles, what I had to put out, what I had to design. How do I even try to invent this stuff, right? I listed different people who I had to connect with to help build this thing. I built my first prototype over in India. We don't even know each other firsthand. But I gave him the concept, the vision, and he put it to a CAD drawing. And he created a prototype. And you know the amazing thing about technology? They got these 3D printers out. He printed my actual device through a 3D printer. And to see the actual masterpiece, and right now it's patent pending. And in about a month or two, I'm getting the actual patent granted for it, which is exciting. But I look at how I had to look over those steps. Those 7 steps that I told you, you don't just apply it to just your schoolwork, but you apply it to any goals you have in life. Now, the thing I want to really break down to really understand exactly where you need to have your mind focus is that every morning you got to rehearse in the mirror. See, we get negative thoughts by nature. I mean, it's gonna come to you. Got to really study the self-talk. All these points and all these different examples I'm giving you are good, but if you can't take it and have it instill within you, it's not going to work for you. So the self-talk is very important. What do you say to yourself? How's your inner talk? Like what are you thinking about? If it's not positive, then it's going to be negative. And the negativity is going to stop you and delay your time. So anything that you want to do for us in the schooling process, you can do it. You don't have to wait for your parents to pat you on the back or your teachers to do it. If you want it bad enough, you can go forth and do it, but you got to know why you're doing it. See, we can get you all hyped and motivated all you want, but if you're not activating, you're not really doing anything. And don't kid yourself, because a lot of times when I was growing up, I used to kid myself like, I'm gonna get there next year. No, 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 no. If I continue to keep doing what I'm doing, next year will be the same as the previous year. I stumbled across somebody speaking earlier about how the first thing what you got to do is you got to check yourself in the mirror. So most people always point at all different other issues. What's the problem? But they never think about the problem being them. And I had to look in the mirror and I'm saying, well, am I excited and am I satisfied with the results that I have? And when I realized I wasn't satisfied with the results, I had to make sure that I had to backtrack exactly what I needed to do to get better results. See, a lot of times we just deal with the results. I remember in grade school when I used to get C's and D's, you just dealt with it. Like, get my mom signed the thing and send it to them. Didn't really respect it. Didn't really think that I was more than what it was. And then after getting out of school, you started to be like, man, so this is what they were trying to teach me. Trying to have me understanding. So you are in an exciting time right now because the fact is you have time. But if you do not manage the time, you're going to have regrets. And you don't want to have regrets. You don't want to be on that couch sitting, because it happened to me. I'm going to tell you, it happened to me. I remember 04, 05, right? And this idea came, a cell phone watch, right? Gotta watch what you tell people, your dreams and your goals. I thought about an idea of a cell phone watch, right? I had my first sample, came from Japan. And Japan is almost 10 years in advance as far as technology, farther down the line than the United States. I get the first sample. I started sharing with the people I knew. They said, that's the dumbest thing you would ever come out with. A cell phone watch? That's dumb. I got discouraged. I gave up on that vision, the idea. Threw it to the side. A few years later, it was around Christmas time, never forget it. I was watching TV and Samsung came out with a cell phone watch. And I said, you know what? And I got the calls from the people that told me it wasn't gonna work and said, yo, you should have kept it, made me so mad because I'm like, yo, y'all discouraged me. And I stopped. So I knew after that moment, I knew, and this is what you gotta understand. Do not share your information on what you're doing in life to too many people, to the wrong people. Because I'm gonna tell you, the wrong people can actually really damage the vision of what you can bring forth. I had some naysayers when I invented the Wanda Ring. I said, why would they need that? You have to stay focused. One thing I like about horse races, if you ever see a horse race, it's amazing because the horses, they got these blinders, and these blinders allow them not to see left or right. Focus on the goal. And as they focus on that goal, they don't make anything or any excuse or any situation to get in their way. Why? Because the fact that they're focused on what they're trying to do. What goal do you have? Where's your focus? What do you want? And why do you want it? And how is your belief system? Amazing thing about cell phones. Cell phones, they start to upgrade themselves and update themselves, even when you try to deny the update. So if the cell phones, the smartphones get to update themselves, when can you update your thinking? When is going to be the day you update your mindset? When is going to be the time where you're going to update your vision of what you want? See, a lot of times we're obsolete. And being obsolete will make you irrelevant. You have to stay relevant to the times. You got to stay relevant to your grades, to what you want to do. Now, look, if you're in ninth grade school, I know you probably don't know exactly everything you want to do right now. But this is what I'm teaching you, the basis. Because you can apply these 7 steps to anything you want to do in life. I'm going to tell you a little story, personal story. And I will call it the difference between treating a cure, or no, the difference between having a cure and treating the symptoms. A lot of times in life, we only treat the symptoms of some problems. We don't want to solve it with the cure. I had an accident, 2019, I fell, injured my neck, all different places, been in pain since, 2 years plus, popping pills, treating the symptoms, right? Treating the symptoms, not getting closer to the cure. See, a lot of times, most people, they don't really move until the pain get great enough. So at the time, I'm like, well, I got the pill. I'm thinking the pill was solving the problem. No, it was delaying the process of healing. I didn't know that. Just recently, after 2 years, right? After going through all this pain, I went to a chiropractor, right? And he pulled up on a tablet all the areas of scar tissue. And if you want to know what scar tissue is like a form of skin. Well, actually, some tissue that it forms when you have an injury. And sometimes it can get real caked up and it will hold the pain in. And what chiropractors and a lot of massage therapists, what they do is they massage that scar tissue out of place. They break it down, because that's what he told me. He said, I gotta break it down and massage it back. One session. He told me it was gonna be a 3-session thing. I'm going back on Monday, but one session alleviated almost 50% of my pain. 2 years I was popping pills and trying to do things to put the pain. I was treating the symptoms, but not getting closer to the answers and the cure. And a lot of times that's what we're doing in life. We're treating just the symptoms of things. We want just a quick fix. No, I want the cure. How can we change these generational curses? How can we fix our mental problems? How can we upgrade the belief system? Question asked yourself, am I treating the symptoms, or I'm trying to get to the cure? I want to do better. I want to be better. But you got to find out the facts. And everything that I'm saying all goes back to the 7 steps. So right now, I'm telling you that in this process, in this journey, you're going to have people in your life that's going to be either caution or inspiration. But it's up to you to decide who's who. And everybody has a story. But you want to make sure that story aligns up to with your goals and dreams of what you want to do in life. If it don't, hey, man, let that thing go off the wayside. But get closer to the people you want to be at. Here's a story about the eagle. And I know I'm wrapping up soon. I did not know an eagle can live to 70 years. Never knew that, right? But it's a process that the eagle has to go through when he turns age 30. If he doesn't go through this process at age 30, he can die. And at age 30, what happens to the eagle? His beak begins to bend. His talons begins to be brittle. His feathers has old, dirty feathers that's weighing him down. It's a mess. And if it doesn't make this transformation, this painful transformation, the eagle will die. So at age 30, what it does, if it decides that it wants to live longer, it has to do some things. He has to fly to the highest mountain. And the first thing he has to do is he has to pluck out all the old dead feathers. After he pluck all the old feathers, he has to pluck them all. Then he has to take out his talons. He had to crack and break his beak. Painful position, painful situation. But it had to do that process in order to live another 40 years. And then after that, it has to go into the regeneration process of getting his beak to grow back strong, getting his talent to grow back, and a new feather grow back, and he can live another 40 years. So question to you, what you have to break in life? What stuff that you have to shed in order to really put yourself in a position where you can get yourself to the next level? What weight is holding you down? That's my question to you. My name is Steve Legacy. Thank you for this time. If you have any questions, feel free to chime in. Anything in the chat. Seneca, I can't. You asked me something? Something's going on here.
What'd you say?
Oh, there you go. You had a question?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. Any questions out there? Well, thank you. Thank you for just tuning in. I really appreciate it. Once again, the 7 steps. I'm gonna go over it real quick again. First thing is identify what you want, write it down. Second is spell out why you want it. Third, list the goals that you must overcome. I mean, not the goals, the obstacles. I'm sorry. List the obstacles that you have to overcome. Identify the people, the groups, places. That's number 4. Number 5, identify what you need to know to get there. Number 6, develop a plan of action to reach the goal. And number 7, you got to mark that date. So that when you mark that date, you know exactly that you're going to get what you want in life. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your time.